so much attention. Everything is negative now, which can be frustrating because, you know, you guys, well, I shouldn't stereotype everyone. People assume we show up at 6, 6:30 and play a game at 7, but we're there at 3 o'clock when we're working and we're answering questions, and a lot of times the questions are negative. So I just personally tried to stay as optimistic as possible. So I don't pay much attention to that. We play every single day. There's going to be times when you struggle. There's going to be times when you're good. You're usually not as bad as you look when you're struggling, and you're usually not as good as you look when you're going good. You have to be able to sort of stand on an even keel and realize that you have another game tomorrow.
Is there a place you go when you are struggling a little bit? Where you go to get that feedback or to get you back on track? Is it anything, coach? Is it?
No, it's over with. It's done with. I mean, you learn from it. Everyone makes mistakes. I just try to learn from my mistakes, but I try not to take it home. Tino was joking about the car ride home. Once I get home, I'm not watching highlights and watching replays of the game.
Turn to Foundation and your charity. You started the foundation in '96. Charlie now runs it. Has that lived up to your expectation? Is that going in the right direction? And after you finish your career, is that something you'll be putting more time into?
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing it up. It's the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse for kids. I started in 1996 after my first year. Support from a lot of you out here. You know, Tino's been down to my golf tournament, attended my dinners here. Brandon's helped out a lot as well. But it's above and beyond anything we expected when we started. It was a small family foundation, and we've given back, I think, around $20 million.
This is my second Gita leader we're getting. I wanted to fire some people after the first one. This is a high school kid out working, out smarting everybody. That was amazing. If people want to get involved, make a donation, go right to their website?
Yeah, go right to the website and you can learn about it, but you know, all the help and support we can get is much appreciated because, you know, this is something that, you know, I'd like to continue beyond my playing days.
I forgot to tell you this, I'm sorry. We are streaming this live.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is like millions of people watching.
You wouldn't do it
Any other way.
there's any other way.
That's a minor mention there. Tina, your charity, and where you focused on? You've now been out of the game a little bit. You're doing some work at a hospital in Tampa still, or?
Yeah, I did work for, we helped build a building for the children's unit at St. Joe's Hospital in Tampa. We're done with that already. That worked out very well. We got a bunch of donations from friends and dinners and whatnot. And it took about 3 years. And it's a great thing because it's really for the babies who are born with heart diseases, and they can treat the babies right away when they're born and fix their hearts. It's amazing what they do. And they need more room. Surgery, and people would come from Puerto Rico and Peru and different places to Tampa just to get that surgery done for babies. So they needed more room. They didn't have enough rooms and beds and all that, so it worked out good.
Okay, we're going to take some questions. There's some roving mics out there. Yes. So we're going to take some questions and see some feedback from the audience. Is there one out of this? Okay.
Hey Derek, how are you?
Hello.
Question for you. I think I can speak for a lot of us 6 years from now, 5, 6 years from now, when you go into Cooperstown, I think they're probably going to set a record. Most of us will be there. My thoughts are, or my question to you is this: the guys that did not do things the right way, do they hold a place in Cooperstown? And if you had a vote, would you vote for someone maybe that you knew didn't do things the right way?
Well, it's an easy question. The second part, I don't have a vote, so I don't vote. The first part of the equation is, look, people make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I get that. You try to learn from your mistakes. I've always been one that's tried to learn from my own mistakes as well as the mistakes of others. I think that's tough. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how people are going to vote. I don't know if time will change things. So it's a tough question. I'm glad that I've done things the right way and I don't have to think about it. Tino would say the same thing, but once again, people make mistakes and you own up to your mistakes and you just try to learn from them as much as possible. But I really don't know what's going to happen there.
Next question.
Hi, Derek. And Tina, congratulations on today. I wanted to thank you both for many, many beautiful memories
Thank you.
at Yankee Stadium. It's really wonderful that you're here today. The question I wanted to ask you was to Derek and Tina, who is the single most, besides your family, is the single most influential person that you most admire and that had the biggest influence on your career?
For me, you said besides my family, probably Mr. T. Mr. Torrey. He was someone that gave me an opportunity to play when I was younger. He had a lot of confidence in me. He treated me like a man when I first came up. He knew I was going to make mistakes. He had confidence in me. And I learned a lot from him on how to deal with people and how to deal with ups and downs. And if you always see him, Tino knows too, when he get upset, he wears his hat a little bit different, but other than that, he never panicked. And, I learned a lot from him.
Well, I'm like Derek as well. Excuse me. We come from tight families, so our parents were very influential on us. But besides that, I'd have to say, I'd say Lou Piniella, because when I first got the business, I had a couple different managers in the first couple of years, and they just kind of like, I was a rookie, they thrust me aside, I didn't play a whole lot. They didn't think I could do the job, I guess. And when Lou got there, he told me, you're going to be my first baseman, you're capable of doing this and this and this, and he taught me a lot in the 5 years I played for him. That really helped me at a young age to become a better professional, a better hitter and all that. And then going right into Joe Torre's years was, like Derek said, he's just a mentor on and off the field to all of us. He was a great man in my life too.
Would love to have you both over for lasagna. She told me to just pass that message for
How you doing, Derek and Tino? It's kind of crazy to talk to your legends 10 feet away from you. Actually, two-part. Tino, I do have a question for you, also you, Mr. Jeter. Tino, do you think you can actually recreate the home run in '98, hitting a ball into a beer cup again in the upper deck?
I don't actually win the beer cup, but it was obviously a great home run, and I enjoyed watching all the beer fly around, so that was great.
And Jeter, what is more your memorable hit? The home run in '96 against the Orioles, or your 3,000?
Oh, that's an easy one. 3,000 hit,
Yeah.
special day altogether. So, I don't ever like to judge things or rank different things in my career, but that day will stand out.
Brandon, we have a question from Twitter from Ali, New York Yankees. Do you guys have a special piece of memorabilia besides your World Series rings from your championship seasons?
I have a locker from the old stadium. Yeah, Brandon didn't want to give it to us. That's true, so we can, but the Steiner and me and Steiner relationship almost ended over that locker.
I've never heard that before.
You heard it, you wrote it, they said that.
Oh, we got a little conversation.
Yeah, now you remember that. Few things that I've got.
It was a valuable piece of memorabilia. I drop off a couple balls at my house. We were always very generous to do that. And the city and the Yankees were involved in that process, along with your other teammates all won the locker. But we came through though.
Yeah, we negotiated.
So I was upset about a couple of things. He turned that on me, I was upset. What are you upset about? Then he like, man, how about my locker? That was the one time I realized, honestly, I was talking with him, I was like, this guy really does, because I always think like, maybe sometimes you're not thinking about certain things. But after that conversation, I was like, he really does think about a lot of things.
I don't even remember the question.
You were talking about your
I had to buy. I have three sets of twos, so each one of my kids can take one when they get married and take off. They each have a set of seats, but I don't know about I had the World Series ball, Raps out against Padres. Still have that. You still have that? Yes.
Hi, I've got a question. What is the funniest story Yogi Berra ever told either of you?
I'll just give you one. He didn't tell me, but I've heard stories because I'm around him quite a bit.